this couch.
Hey, it's Wednesday night, and you know what that means. It's 7 o'clock Wednesday night. You're watching FYN TV, and it's time for a Rebel Wrap-Up. We're here at Circuit World in Blue Ridge. I'm your host, BKP. First, we want to thank all year long Blue Jeans Pizza for providing pizza right downtown here in Blue Ridge every week for this team. And always supporting the Fannin Rebels. Also, we want to thank Pepsi for always sending us some drinks. We have a special show for you tonight. We have head coach Jim Pavo, but we have with us tonight, we have 12 seniors. 12 seniors. Coach, I said before we start, I think I understand that you put up with this
is why
every
I'm
day.
paid so high.
Every day, right?
Yeah, this.
Whew, okay. These are some great guys, and for myself, this is a show that I look forward to every year because I get to talk to these young men, and it's been 3 years. I started 3 years ago with these guys on this show. Many of them have been on here for the past 3 years. But we're going to have each one introduce themselves tonight, give the position they've played all year, and talk about being on a team for a couple minutes and maybe what sports they play after football or some of the things they got going on. And we will get into this Friday night's game with Coach before we close the night out. So, Coach, thanks for bringing all the guys. We appreciate it. Before we get into the game, let's do what we've been doing now for 3 years. Let's focus on the seniors and say hello to the guys. I know Brad Davis. Brad, we know who you are. We know you're the quarterback. Give us a little background of being on a team, how many years you've been on a team, and some of the things you got going on.
Well, I've been playing football up here at the high school for 4 years now, 3-year starter. And then this year I've been working in a little safety, playing back there. It's been real fun. And this year I couldn't ask for a better group of guys to finish out with.
Okay, before we move on, I'm glad we started with you. Now, you started working in the safety position, right?
Yes, sir.
You're partially responsible for me getting knocked 15 yards in the air, right? Is that what I found out?
Yes, sir.
You actually pushed him into me?
Yes, sir.
We'll talk about that later. I got dropped for 15-yard loss.
Oh,
no, they cleaned my clock on the sideline. All right, glad to have you every year. We enjoy that. We're going to miss you next year, Brad, but you're always welcome to stop by the show and say hello. Andrew Pavo, senior this year. Tell us a little bit about the positions you've played. Some of you guys have played some different positions during your high school career. And even throw in there, some middle school playing or whatever in your football career, what you got going on.
Yeah, I played a total of 7 years of football. I played most of them at Gainesville, but I moved up here in my sophomore year, started ever since then. And I've been playing outside linebacker all 3 years, and I think I've been doing a pretty good job of it. And just this year, we installed me at some Y, and I think I've been doing pretty
okay?
decent.
Decent.
But he's the real starter.
Okay,
he's the real starter.
We're gonna go with that. Cooper Earls, I remember this is actually the third year you've been on every year and several times with us. Tell us a little bit about some of the positions you've played for the past several years and your football career up through high school and some of the things you got going on.
Well, I've played football ever since I can remember. And rec ball actually started me at quarterback. And then they moved me to running back. And then I moved up here to Fannin County. And they needed a wide receiver. I never played receiver before. And I just tried it out. And it fit. It was a perfect fit for me and my body type. So I played receiver. And then this past season, they moved me around a lot. I played a little running back. Mostly receiver, running back. I play corner also. And I even used to punt a little bit. So
A little bit of everything.
yes, sir.
So this is your fourth year on a high school team?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I don't remember your name, young man. I think I know your name, but if I get it wrong, I would.
I'm Jacob Reese.
All right, I thought so. Okay, I will remember that when I'm announcing it in baseball.
I hope so. I have my name on the back of my jersey. So
What?
I have my name
What
on the back.
position you play in baseball?
Third baseman.
Third base. I'll start practicing. Jacob Reese up the middle for a stand-up double. Right? We'll do it now.
Yeah,
Okay.
that sounds
So,
good.
huh?
That sounds good.
Well, the other night, a couple of the guys asked me. I enjoy announcing the Fannin baseball games. I really enjoy it. And a couple of the guys asked me the other night. I think it was Kendall. Hey, you going to announce the games? And I said, yeah, I'll be glad to. You just asked me. You can't keep me away from baseball field. I'll be right up there. So that when I get knocked on the ground, the first thing Kendall does is runs over and says, "You okay? Are you going to be able to announce the games?" I said, "Thanks." The first thing he said, "Are you going to be able to announce the games?" Thanks a lot. Jacob, go ahead. Tell us a little bit about, you're going to be playing baseball, so go into that, but also your football career and being on this team.
I've played football ever since I can remember. Just like most of these guys have been. That's how I made some of my best friends on the football field. I didn't play my freshman or sophomore year because I just kind of wanted to focus on one sport, and that was baseball. And I kind of fell away from, I don't know. I guess you miss how much you love the sport. And when I came back my junior year, I just fell in love with it again. And I'm really glad to come back to football and play with one of my best friends on the field. And then baseball's kicking up here pretty soon, and I got all those field renovations. And
The field looks great.
Yeah.
The field looks really good, so I'm excited about that too. Coach, before we go and get our next group in here, we have 12 tonight, so we're going to have 3 groups of 4. Before we get our next group in here, talk about these young men we do have on the couch that came in. Now, one of them you've been putting up with for a long time.
17.
Yeah,
I'll
exactly.
survive.
One for a long time.
How, dude?
I remember 2 years ago, this is our 3rd year, all of us sitting down and a lot of these guys coming and saying they were sophomores, Brad, and so forth. Now they're seniors. Talk about working with these young men for the last 3 years.
It's been fun, and they've worked hard, and we've pushed them, and they've all improved over the years, and it's been really good to work with them. They've all 4 of them have skills, have talent, and all 4 of them would really like to go on and play college football. I think all 4 of them have a really strong opportunity to go on somewhere and play college football. They've had several colleges in contact with them. Jacob and it's Carson Newman's got his shirt on there, and these other guys have other folks that they've already been visiting, and so excited about that. I've have enjoyed working with talented players, and they have a lot of talent. They're also, you can see, they're a handful. They're fun to be around. Sometimes I lose it on them, but they that's never happened.
I can't take 2 steps in the house without him yelling at me.
Well, yeah, you get to go home with him. Guys, before we leave, let me ask you this. Seniors going up, got to talk football just for a second here. You're going up against East Hall. The reality, what we always say here is you got to own where you're at, okay? East Hall's 0-5 in the region. You're 0-5 in the region. Your seniors, you want to go out with a W, right?
Yes, sir.
Is that the attitude this week? Is we're going out with a W?
Our attitude is have a chip on our shoulder. Let's go down there and knock them in the teeth, and hopefully come back home with a win.
Just have fun.
Have some fun.
Have fun. Okay. You and I got to talk. I still have to. I still taking a couple of pain relievers. Yeah. I got knocked for a loss. I'm your host, BKP. As you can see, I really enjoy getting together with these guys. It's a lot of fun. And FYNTV.com. We're going to take a brief break. We're going to come back. We got 4 more guys coming in senior night, so don't leave us now. Rebel wrap up at Circuit World here in Blue Ridge. Again, thank you, Blue Jeans, for the pizza right here in town. Cole, take us a break.
Pizza Hut makes the best pizza in the entire universe, but they won't tell you that. I've been marooned on this planet for a while now. You are an impressive race. Your children know excellent hiding places. Your oceans aren't filled with lava. And you figured out how to combine a grilled cheese sandwich with a Pizza Hut pizza. Surely interstellar travel will soon follow. And then I can finally get back home. Round. Round like home. The grilled cheese stuffed crust pizza. Proof that no one out-pizzas the Hut.
Hello, my name is Chad Watkins. I'm the manager at Larry's Body Shop. We are a family-owned and operated business and have been serving the North Georgia area since 1978. We are located at 1216 Progress Road in LOJ, Georgia. Our shop specializes in collision repair, and we work with all major insurance companies. Larry's Body Shop is ICAR Gold, the highest role of training recognized by the collision repair industry. It is estimated that only 10% of collision shops meet these standards. Our shop consists of state-of-the-art equipment such as laser measurement system, down drive spray booth, spot and MIG welding equipment, All of our paints are mixed on site so that we can guarantee your paint to match every time. I know that having an accident can be a stressful event. We take pride in making sure our customers are satisfied with the repair of their vehicles. Our waiting area is clean and comfortable with free Wi-Fi and refreshing beverages. So if you're in an accident, stop by and see us at Larry's Body Shop.
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds. Come on in to view the area's largest selection of fine jewelry at North Georgia Diamond. All repairs and designs are done on site by our jewelers. And North Georgia Diamond has the lowest prices on loose diamonds. You can also sell your gold, silver, and coins at North Georgia Diamond between Walmart and Lowe's in East Ellijay. Locally owned by Bill and Allison Craig, North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
And we're back. You're watching Rebel Wrap-Up Fan and Football here from Circuit World, FYNTV.com, Circuit World in Blue Ridge. We have our next group of guys in here, and our next group of guys, we're going to introduce them. We're going to do the same thing we did with the first set of guys. This is our senior night, and I always enjoy this show, our senior night. So what we're going to do, Coach, is we're going to introduce these four. We're going to let them tell us a little bit about playing football on the team and some of the other things they got going on, and then we'll talk to you about coaching them. What's your name, young man?
I'm Logan Ledford. I've played
Logan Ledford, right? Okay.
I've played here for 4 years, and I just love this group of guys that I play with, and started all 4 years, and it's just been great to play with all these guys.
What position you play?
I'm a defensive end.
Have you always played defensive end all 4 years?
Yes.
All 4 years. Okay. Any other sports after this? Or?
No, I don't play any.
Okay. What's your name, young man?
I'm Jeffrey Whitmire.
Jeffrey?
And, I played all 4 years high school, and then I started when I was 5 years old. I remember that. And I didn't start the first 2 years high school. Started junior year. And it's the end with this guy all last year. And it's been my life for a long time.
Playing football?
A huge part of my life, yeah.
I know your name. I know every one of these guys I like have to say, I know your dad. Go ahead, what's your name, young man?
My name is Wesley Loom, and I played football for 2 years. So I played my freshman year, my senior year. I didn't start my freshman year, and then I just came back my senior year and just played. Got to start that year. It's pretty fun.
You know, senior night, when they announced all the players, senior night, they announced all the seniors last Friday night, and I was up there. What was written on your senior night announcement? What did you have written down?
I was top 20 in our class. I got an award, some kind of leadership award at UNG, the college in Dahlonega, and then what else? Beaton Gilmer.
Beaton Gilmer. Yeah. Oh, sorry, I did that on purpose. I was waiting because I was standing across the field, and when you guys were doing senior night, I was listening to each one of you and listening to all of the announcements. You know, and I seen you go up there, and I was watching, and I listened your accomplishments. It said Beaton Gilmer. So, hey, there you
That's
go.
a big one.
Okay, what's your name, young man? You wrestle too, right?
Yeah,
you
I
wrestle
wrestle
and play soccer. Okay, what's your name, young man?
I'm Chris Corneo, and I've been at the high school for 4 years now. Started playing when I was 7, and loved it. It's a big part of my life, and I've been around a bunch of positions. Started out my freshman year at corner, then moved to safety, then outside backer, then to fullback, and then now defensive end. And I couldn't ask for a better group of guys to finish out with, and I just love every single one of them.
Coach, these guys here, this next group here, I know we had a different group just a couple minutes ago. As far as you came in 3 years ago, the development of these young men, some of the things you've seen, and coaching these guys.
Yeah, these guys are, you know, great guys. Are do well in school, and you know they play, you know, multiple sports. You can, you know, see Chris played soccer also, and you know, so it's one of a good group of guys here. They've had their up and downs with injuries, but they've just kept on battling and fighting and playing, and and coming back, and we've asked Chris to move around in different positions. Wesley was a running back, and we asked him to play some defensive line, and Jeffrey was defensive guard, and we moved defensive end, and and then he played some outside linebacker and moved back to defensive end. So they've all been real coachable, and Logan, he's been injured for a while, but he's been right there with us the whole time, and just he was one of the team captains this past week. So hasn't been one of those guys that just because he's injured just said, well, that's it. He's been a strong team member. So they're all really good teammates. When I played, if I had 4 guys like this on my team, I'd be happy to have them as teammates because they are true, teammates. They care about the other guys on the team, not just themselves.
Guys, before we go to break, I'm going to ask you the same thing, and we're going to talk about the same thing we did with the last group. You guys are all seniors, okay? And just to be redundant, I believe we have to own where we're at, and you're going over to East Hall Friday night, and both teams are 0-5 in the region. What's the attitude? The attitude to close the year with a win? What's the attitude around the locker room, on the practice field? What do you guys say about that?
Well, it's a lot of intensity at practice. We've been busting each other's butts to get stuff done. We just want to end it on a positive note. And that's our main goal, really.
So that's the attitude, go get a win Friday night?
Yeah, we had a great practice today. You'd think the level of intensity we had in practice today and effort, and you would have thought we were in the second or third round of the playoffs. And so that says a lot for these seniors, and that's why I brought them all. We have 3 other seniors on the team, but they weren't able to come because of work or whatever. But that says a lot for them because a lot of guys, a lot of times when you're struggling, all of a sudden practice becomes kind of a joke. But with these guys, they've done a really good job of just staying focused and working hard and trying to get better and trying to right the ship. And everybody, they all want to win, but they're putting the effort in to try to win, and that speaks a lot about them.
Guys, I support you 100%, and I like what Coach said there. You know where you're at, but you got to put the work in. There's a football game Friday night. And so I got a lot of respect for that. I'm your host, BKP. You're watching FYNTV.com. And we're at Circuit World here at Blue Ridge. Let me just take a minute that anytime you walk in Circuit World and you say FYNTV.com or you say Fetcher News, hey, you come in here, you tell them we sent you, they'll give you a discount at the front on any purchase you make, okay? Also, Blue Jeans Pizza, please go in there and tell them at Blue Jeans Pizza, thank you for all of your support to the Fannin Rebels football team and so many other, the band, the wrestling, baseball, you name it. So I'm your host, BKP. We're going to take another break, but don't leave us. We got 4 more seniors we're going to close out with. Go to break, Cole.
What you gonna do with all that junk?
El Rey and Elegy.
El Rey Mexican Restaurant.
Family owned and operated and a local favorite for families, parties, and meetings.
Great prices.
Friendly service and delicious Mexican cuisine.
Patio dining available.
Come sing in Carlos's Cantina every Friday 9 to 1.
Eat in or take away.
Same location for 14 years. Open 7 days at the corner of Maddox Drive and 515. North Georgia's favorite Mexican cuisine. El Rey and Elegy.
I'm Sheriff Dane Kirby, and I'll stand up for you.
I'm Stacy Nicholson, Sheriff of Gilmer County, and I will stand up for you.
Stand up and speak out. No matter how rich, cool, talented you believe yourself to be, how you treat people ultimately tells all. I am Allison Sosby, District Attorney, and I'll stand up for you.
Pizza Hut makes great pizza, but they can't tell you what a gift it is. I can. They took a grilled cheese and combined it with stuffed crust pizza. To think, I almost wasn't here to try it.
How did you?
It's not important, Jan. What's important is that I watched the sunrise this morning. Then I got to stand in a room filled with this pizza. And later I'll stare at the ocean. Or maybe I'll learn Russian. Or listen to jazz. Or try my hand at needlework. Or open a door for a beautiful woman. Or read a human interest story or make dessert wine. Or ride a wild horse. Or experiment with watercolors. Eat every slice like it's your last. Especially you, Doug. Especially Doug, right? You care about Doug. The grilled cheese stuffed crust pizza. Proof that no one outpieces the Hut.
Hey, we're back. I'm BKP, and you're watching Fan and Football Rebel Wrap-Up Wednesday nights from Circuit World here in Blue Ridge. Again, thank you, Blue Jeans Pizza. I'm here with head coach Jim Pavo, and this is our last group. We have a total of 12. Did you say we have, 15 seniors?
15 on the team.
And 3 weren't able to be here. They have to work or had some other obligations, which we understand, but this is our last group of seniors, and we're going to have each one of these guys introduce themselves. They go through the same thing, a little bit about their football career and what other sports they play and what they got going on right now. So we'll start with you. What's your name, young man?
Dylan Breedlove.
And how long have you been playing? Give us a little bit.
I've played at the high school for 4 years, started for 3, and been on offense, playing left tackle ever since I played football.
Ever since you played football. You play any other sports?
No, sir.
This is it?
Mm-hmm.
River Dixon, I know you. I can't do it. I'm saving it for the baseball field. I don't want to give it out how I announce.
Okay.
That's Big River Dixon. When you come up to watch Fan Rebels, that's what you'll hear me say. River Dixon, talk about talk about your football career, some of the things you got going on, and playing football.
Well, I've played football ever since I was 7. I've played all 4 years.
Were you that big when you were 7? Because I'm pretty well thinking you were. Right?
I was always the big kid.
Yeah, I figured that.
Started 3 out of 4 years. I'm fortunate enough that I'm already verbally committed to Shorter University to play at the next level. As for teammates, I mean, I've played with some of these guys since I was 7 years old, and I can't really ask for any better teammates. I also additionally play football, basketball, and baseball. Start the other 2 as well at the high school.
So you're going right after this, right into basketball practice.
Yes, sir.
And also working out in baseball. So
Yes,
we need to make Coach Ayers hear that you're working out. Okay.
Yes, sir.
He needs to know that.
Real quick, I'd also like to thank Coach Pavo and Coach Kyle for being great coaches. I've learned so much over my high school career. I come in and thought I knew a lot, but obviously didn't, and they've helped better me as a player. So thank you.
Welcome.
Your name, young man?
Adrian Mendoza. I've been playing at the high school for 4 years. Played defensive end and nose guard, and wrestle and on the track team.
Wrestling on the track team? So you getting ready to go straight into wrestling practice?
Well, not this year. I kind of had some work stuff I'm going to do this year. Get ready for the real world.
Yeah. Oh, we have that. We record the show, Coach. We record this. Getting ready for the real world. We recorded that. We're gonna come back and check on that. Okay.
All right.
And your name, young man?
I'm Hunter Davis. I played football 4 years for the high school. I mean, altogether I played 6. I started all 4 years. I couldn't ask for any better teammates than what I got now. I mean, I love these guys to death, but it's the best thing ever. I love it.
Okay, guys, we've talked to all three sets of seniors here. We've had 12 tonight, and I enjoy this show. You're going over to East Hall Friday night. So let's spend our last, we got 6 minutes. You guys are going to stay to the end of the show. Let's spend our last little bit of time of East Hall. What practice has been like? You've heard the other guys. You heard what Coach said. The way practice has been this week, knowing where you stand, 0-5, they're 0-5, going over there to play them. Talk a little bit about the mood at practice and what you think you're up against Friday night.
I mean, at practice, we've been, honestly, at this point, what do we have to lose? Like, why not go out there and bust somebody in the mouth at practice, on the field, wherever? Because, I mean, it's the last time we'll be able to strap it up and hit someone. So why not just go out and hit someone as hard as you can, no matter what? So,
Bring it.
Pretty much.
Pretty much, right?
Yeah. I mean, like Coach said, we've had great practice this week. Everybody's been really focused. It's been real intense, really crisp practices, and I feel like, you know, even the underclassmen are ready to go and whoop some tail Friday.
Okay, we'll go with that. Coach, you're going to East Hall. They have Friday night. These guys. And let me just tell you, we don't want to leave without giving the roundup. We do keep up with 3A Region 7. That's what we're talking about. 3A Region 7 football. We're going to round out the show with giving you the details here. Greater Atlanta Christian's 5-0, Dawson's 5-0, Union is 3-2, North Hall is 3-3, Lumpkin is 2-3, East Hall is 0-5, and Fannin is 0-5, and that's what we've been talking about. Fannin Rebels are traveling over to take on East Hall Friday night at 7:30. You can find us on Facebook, FetcherNews.com. Go to FetcherNews.com, follow us on Twitter. You can see the Twitter symbol at the top of the website on the right-hand side, at Fetcher News, hashtag Team FYN Sports, hashtag Fannin Football, and you can follow Daniel Jones if you can't make it over there. Daniel Jones will be tweeting out scores and highlights all through the night. You can follow that. Just to recap from last week in the region, North Hall was 68-42 over East Hall, Union 63-39 over Fannin, and Dawson 54 to 8 over Lumpkin. This week's games, recapping this week's games, Greater Atlanta Christian will face Dawson Friday night. They're at Dawson if you going to keep up with that one. And Lumpkin County will be playing Union County Friday night. Coach, let's take what time we have left to talk about this last game of the season. For you're here, and it's like you're here. Here's the record. Here's the last game going to East Hall. You know the team you're up against. Talk about them. What you think you're facing.
They're offensively, they're a spread team. They've got three really good skill position receivers. And the good quarterback. He's a junior. He throws the ball fairly well. He runs good, and they're good at running back. Offensive line's not real big, but they do a nice job. So they're good on offense. Defensively, they've been back and forth. They're 3-4, four-man front, kind of back and forth there. They've given up a lot of points, like us. So it ought to be an interesting game. I mean, I think it's two teams that right now are probably just really hungry for a win. I know Coach Gray over there is a good football coach at East Hall, and he's got some good players. It's kind of been like for them. Things haven't gone the way they wanted. For us, things haven't gone the way we wanted. We've probably had several more injuries than they've had, because I've seen on film with them playing the same kids week after week. But for whatever reason, they're kind of in the same situation we are. But our mentality is that, like they're saying, I'd say that what do you have to lose? But what do you have to lose? Type of mentality. Let's go play hard. You got everything to gain. And we're not driving all the way over there to play half-heartedly. We're going to drive. We're going to drive all the way over there. We're going to play full speed and with great effort, and the plan is to win.
Well, that's the attitude I'm getting from all the guys here tonight. Is, hey, for some guys, you're strapping it on for the last time, putting the chin strap on, buttoning up, and there's no reason not to play this thing out. Let me ask you this before we close, because I think this may be the question that a lot of the fans may have, is you banged up. Okay, we've used that, banged up. A lot of guys have been struggling throughout the year, have been on the sideline. Defense. Do you think you're able to put the defense together this week? Because that has been the
Yeah, I
struggle,
mean,
and we know it's
yeah.
because of many of the injuries and stuff. So
Yeah, I mean the
defense
kids
this
that are filling in or are picking up on things, and it takes time,
Right.
but they're coming along and they're working hard at it, and they want to, these guys that are filling in, they want to win just as bad as these guys that have been playing all year that have been fairly healthy, and so they're going to do their part to give their best effort to help pull out a win. They know right now that we're struggling on defense, and we've got to come up with a way. You're not going to sit here and say get a shutout, pitch a shutout, but do enough to where whatever the offense scores, we give up one less point. That kind of mentality. And but we just got to have some. We got to get a couple stops on 3rd and longs, and we got maybe force a turnover or two, or get a force a field goal. If all of a sudden they're down in the red zone and not force a field goal or something like that. Those are the types of things that make a play here, make a play there to put yourself in a situation where you can win.
Well, guys, I wish you well Friday night. And that goes for the other guys that were here tonight. And Coach, I want to just back up here on what River said earlier. I want to thank you because 3 years ago when you came to the area and you took the team, you didn't know who we were, you didn't know what we were doing. I said, hey, I do a show on Wednesday night 7. It's our first year, and this makes 3 straight years you've not missed a show. You've come up here, brought the young men. And it is something I just humble myself and say, I just enjoy this so much. I mean, I love getting together with you guys all through the weeks, but senior night to me is I get to watch all you guys, graduate here this year, and it's just a joy. So I appreciate that, and I appreciate you.
Well, thank you. These are great guys to work with.
They are. Except for that Davis kid that helped run me over. Brad, I love you, man.
You're on the wrong sideline. I would have protected if you were.
You would have had my back.
Coach Allison probably dodged it.
Okay, now a couple things, just housekeeping so we can close. 1, we're at Circuit World. 2, this couch will hold 1,000 pounds. Okay, it will. We have tested this couch. Circuit World has that kind of quality furniture. Come down here, say hello to them. Blue Ridge. Let's see, I do a morning show, 8 to 10, Monday through Friday, okay? I get a little opinionated, got to be careful there. 8 to 10, FYN TV, Monday through Friday, BKP, Good Morning from the Office. And yes, I have polled all the seniors tonight before the show started to see who was 18 and who went and voted. We've already checked on that. We got all that done, right? Didn't we, Coach? All right, we got all that done. And I can't say enough how much I've enjoyed this. Check in tomorrow morning, 8 a.m. Good Morning from the Office, FYN TV. We're out of here. Go Fannin Rebels. Go support the team Friday night, 7:30 over at East Hall. Cole, let's go.